Okay, sorry guys. All right, welcome everyone. We're going to call this meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. Can we please read our mission statement?
Our
Mission is to inspire and empower our students to reach their full potential through opportunities, experiences, in a safe, diverse, and a collaborative environment. Trustee Anderson, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson. Trustee Valtowski, present. Trustee Dyroff.
Present.
Trustee Sterlini.
Present.
Trustee Stevanovic. Present. Trustee Wall.
Present.
Trustee Winless.
Present.
We have a quorum. All right, item number 4, adoption of agenda. Be it so resolved, that the Board of Education accepts the June 10th, 2026 agenda as presented. A board member requests an item be removed from the consent agenda to superintendent's recommendations. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski. Supported by Trustee Winless. Any questions, comments? Roll call, please. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I just wanted to ask, because we did have the one building and site, do we want to bring that up, maybe doing superintendent before?
The action items are on this agenda, so it might be a good idea. Can we add that to the
Sure.
agenda? So we need to resend and,
I rescind my motion.
thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so we're going to add the building and site to the superintendent's report.
Correct,
So we're ready?
item number 4.
Okay. Got that, Susan? Item 4 is going to be building site. Okay, great. Okay. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accepts the June 10th, 2026 agenda as presented. A board member may request an item be moved from the consent agenda to superintendent's recommendations. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Winless. Any questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson. Yes. Trustee Valtowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff.
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic.
Yes.
Trustee Wall.
Yes.
Trustee Winless.
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. Item 5, public comment on agenda items. On agenda items only. Do we have any public comment? Public comments? Okay. Seeing none? All right. Next up is superintendent's reports. Take it away, Mr. Klein.
You bet, thank you. So this evening, we have the 25-26 budget hearing, which includes the 25-26 final amended budget, the 26-27 projected budget, the 26-27 general fund, operational, sinking, debt, tax levy, non-homestead tax rate request, and the L4029. So Dr. Gitzinger is going to lead us through this, and then we'll do the building and site committee right after that. Okay?
Do we have it for the screen or no?
Don't what we give handouts.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep, Maria, go
Hey,
ahead.
good evening. Thank you for having me at your board meeting to present our final amended budget for the 25-26 school year. I am looking at Exhibit 1, if you could please join me there. So we have an increase in our revenue of $1.8 million from the last time we amended the budget at our mid-year point.
Excuse me, yes.
We did, they passed out, so there should be, yep.
No worries. I'm on page 2. So just a small increase in our revenue, just based on some small changes that have occurred since our last amended budget. The big news on the revenue side is that we transferred $1 million from our capital projects fund back into our general fund, so that is the majority of the changes on the revenue side. If you flip to page 3, the far right column will show you those small changes and tweaks from our second amended budget, or our first amended budget. We also received notification from the Michigan Department of Education of a large bump in our Title I grant mid-year. So that was good news. It was $392,000. And so not only will we see that increase on the revenue side, we'll also see that increase on the expenditure side. Page 4 shows our $46.7 million budget and how we are planning on spending it by area. You can see that the majority of our funding is going into instruction and into instructional support, as we would hope to support our students in their learning initiatives. Page 5 is the $46.7 million, how we spend it by location. So you can see that salaries and benefits are the largest pieces of the pie because we are in the people business, and so that's the majority of the areas where we spend. Purchase services is the next largest, and that mostly is comprised of our outsourced transportation contract as well as our outsourced custodial contract. Pages 6 and 7 is just a breakdown of all the functions and object codes and across the district and how we spend those in those areas. If we move on from the general fund to page 8, this is our food service fund. We are projecting that we're going to end the year with $293,000 in our food service fund. If you recall, we kept getting cited, along with many other districts in the state, year after year about having an excess fund balance in our food service account because through COVID, they gave us a lot of federal dollars and we really had a hard time spending those. And you're only allowed to keep 3 months of resources in your fund balance. We are below that because we did engage in a spend down plan that was approved by the Michigan Department of Education. So let's hope that going forward, we have right-sized our food service fund and we will no longer be getting letters from the state that we are over the statutory limit. Page 9 is the student activity fund. This is the money that we transfer from the student activity funds into our special revenue fund as part of GASB 84. It was a requirement when that we converted to that. And so we don't know what those numbers are going to be because, as you can imagine, the student activity is very sporadic and it's not consistent. So we're estimating that we're going to transfer about $500,000 of revenue and expenditures from our trust and agency fiduciary funds into this special revenue fund. Page 10 is our debt fund, though where the heading is missing, I can tell from the type of revenue that's there. We collect about $791,000 of property taxes from our property tax owners, and we are paying about $700,000 of principal and interest on the district's long-term debt. We're anticipating that our fund balance in the debt fund will be $378,000. Page 11 is our sinking fund. We have engaged, many of you sat on our sinking fund committee, we have engaged in capital improvements across the district. We're anticipating that our sinking fund is going to end with $154,000 fund balance. Our capital projects fund is the money that we had set aside for capital project improvements, and this is the area that we're transferring $1 million back to the general fund. And so we're planning on our capital projects fund to end with a fund balance of $1,059,198. That money's been in that fund for 2 or 3 years, I think 2. We haven't touched any of it. So the only revenue that's been going in there is the interest of the $2 million that we transferred over there has been earning. So that is a total of almost $60,000 over the 2-year period. So that's extra interest that was earned on that money that we have set aside. The remaining balance of the pages in our budget book are just the object codes that show you what all of those object codes mean if you're interested in reading up about that. And next we have our resolutions. Would you like me to roll into Exhibit 2 or shall we stop for a moment and take questions?
Do you guys have any questions on this so far? All good? Good? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so next is Exhibit 2. This is our projected budget summary, and we spent a considerable amount of time reviewing these numbers. We reviewed these numbers with the Finance Committee as well, and our superintendent can attest that he's become very intimately involved with these numbers. And I just wanted to let the board know that these budget numbers are a representation of the superintendent. So I just wanted to be clear there. We're anticipating that our revenue is going to be $38.9 million. We think our enrollment...
I'm sorry, can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
So these are the superintendent's numbers?
Yes.
Where are your numbers?
You don't have them.
Is there a reason we don't have them?
Well, We have engaged in a budget reduction process in the district as far as what is going to happen as the outcome of our district for the end of 26-27. And my projections are different than the superintendent's. We chose to use the superintendent's numbers.
Was there a great difference between your numbers and the superintendent's numbers?
I believe that information was shared with you through the finance committee.
Okay, but for transparency purposes here,
I don't exactly have those numbers with me. I think I'm just going to ballpark at $3.5 million. I don't actually have the exact numbers with me.
2.4.
3.4?
2.4.
2.4, okay.
so there was a difference of $2.4 million between your numbers and his numbers?
There was $1 million on the revenue side and 2.4 on the expenditure side, so
Is that correct?
3.4.
I don't have that right in front of me. I'm gonna, if I gave you something, now I can tell you, I can explain why, and one of us can also explain why there's a difference, if you want to hear that, because that's probably more pertinent of why.
I would like to, yes, please.
Do you mean?
So there were
Oh,
changes.
Trustee Darrow had her hand raised, I'm sorry.
I would like to hear too, because she referenced that the finance committee filled us in on something, and I'm unaware of that the finance committee filled us in on anything.
Well,
And you referenced
I
that.
did ask everyone to call me, and I sent texts, and everyone called me. I didn't hear back.
Well, that's because I get my information here, and the finance committee, you're the chair, so I would have thought that would have come from you, if there was information. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
So I'll jump in. So I sent the board the Senate version of the state aid, the House version, and the governor's version. The governor's version and the Senate's version of what D7 is supposed to get reflects better than the House. So combining that information along with the budget that Maria was working on was a reduction of 50 students, and the budget number that I used based on where we were at in our enrollments for schools of choice, I went even. So that's a significant change in the two budgets as we work through. The other piece that I did is I went through all of the line items of the budget and made significant changes to line items, looking at where our expenditures were this year and projecting that into next year. So that had an impact on Maria's budget numbers versus mine and the expenditure side. So I feel pretty confident with the numbers that I have.
Did you not go through each line item in the budget? You did or did not?
I did, yes. So on the revenue side, it's a change in enrollment. That's strictly what the difference between the superintendent's numbers and my numbers are. On the expenditure side, we just have a difference of opinion in the outcome of what we've planned is going to transpire.
Okay, and then you said that the Senate and the governor's plan looks to fare better for us?
That is correct.
Versus the House. So why would we, I'm just worried we're going to be in a situation where we are anticipating something that if it doesn't work out in our favor, then we're going to be right back here again?
Yes, so if there are two factors at play here. If the legislation, the school aid budget comes through and it's not favorable, as well as the student count is not favorable, we will have to make additional reductions in the budget. No question about it.
Ms. Winless has a question.
Go ahead.
So, would it be better, I guess, to err on the side of caution and go with the minus 50 students versus thinking that we would break even, since the trend has been that we've lost students?
So when Maria asked me what we should build the budget on, probably a month or so ago, I said minus 50 students. So that's where that number came from. Currently, right now, as we're going through with all the work with the enrollment fair and the videos and everything that we put out, we currently have 130 plus school of choice applications. So these are new students. Now, not all of them may be enrolled in our school. We still have to do background and all of that kind of stuff. But I went based on, and we don't know students leave, right? We have students that do leave. But based on that information, I felt that it was prudent to go ahead and do a 0%, not a loss, not an increase from our fall student count numbers.
Okay, well, and also for the House budget, would it be best to go with the more conservative number?
We could.
Because I think that's where we fell short last time, is we over-projected how many students we would have, and then
Correct.
we ended up in a crisis.
Correct.
So to avoid that, wouldn't we go conservative this time around to ensure that that doesn't happen again?
Yep, we could certainly do that. The Senate, the recommendation, all three have the $250 per pupil recommendation. The House, the Senate, and the Executive. They have the $250. So was built into both of ours.
Yes.
So we feel pretty confident. The other pieces of revenue that are significant are the Senate, the governor has, they have a line item. There's a line item in the budget that's enrollment stabilization. And that is designed to help districts that lose a number of students. And so there's like I don't have the exact number, but a $200 and some odd thousand increase that they're projecting for D7 for schools that lose. And they do, there's a mathematical formula that you plug in your numbers from this previous year to this year to the previous year, and they use that to calculate the enrollment stabilization. My budget that we're presenting tonight has that in there. Maria's did not.
Go ahead.
So it's my understanding from the conversation I had with President Sterlini today was that if the numbers come back poorly in the fall after student count-in day and everything, is that we will make cuts to staff then. Wouldn't it be more prudent to make a cut to the staff now and hire somebody versus cutting the staff in the middle of, in the beginning of the school year, and all schools have already hired teachers, and now we're putting somebody out of a job versus putting somebody out of a job now and giving them the summer to recoup, to find another job elsewhere in another district. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think it's fair to students, so we're going to have a classroom of students that we've projected we were going to have 28 students, and we ended up with 18 students. So because of that 18 students, we're going to take the 9 and we're going to split them here and here into this class, and now this teacher is out of a job. And now these students have been displaced and they don't have their teacher. I'm not comfortable with this.
So-
I think we should be more conservative. We over-projected, and look at where it got us.
So the other piece to that is too, though, so he's going to be doing a survey when classes are out. So he would have a better idea of what students are coming back to the district and what students are not. And from that point, which will be in a couple weeks, he can also gauge, is my projection
That's if you get
off or not?
100% participation in the survey.
True.
So I feel pretty confident where these numbers are. If there are major changes, or we find out there's major changes, we'll bring the budget back, and before the fall, if we find out that the budget that comes out of Lansing doesn't benefit D7 the way that I think it will, even with the 250 that's in both budgets, they could come back and say a 0% increase. Then we're going to have to definitely make more changes, even before school starts.
Anyone else?
Okay, so the decrease in the revenue, the majority of the decrease is the fact that we are not planning on transferring $1 million from our capital projects fund in 26-27. And also, too, there are some grants that are not carrying over from one year to the next. We are no longer having our 35M literacy support grant. We are doubled up on our Section 41 bilingual because we had some carryover in 25-26. We're not anticipating in 26-27. We're getting a categorical called MIPSRS employee health care reimbursement this year. We're not anticipating getting that next year. Also, too, if you remember the student loan program where the state was going to pay everybody's student loan payments, and then that really didn't work out the way the state had planned. So they had all this extra money, and they gave it to the schools, and they said, here, just give this to your employees as compensation. And it was a categorical in the state aid called the Educator Compensation Program. That is $346,000. That was a one and done. We are not anticipating receiving that grant again this year. The title grants, we're just budgeting for the amount that we've gotten every year, not this big increase that we got this year. We believe this was a one-time thing. So those are the changes in the revenue. From the expenditures, we have engaged in a significant budget reduction campaign throughout the district. I believe that number is north of $6 million that we cut out of our budget, and it came from everywhere. I believe some of you have been involved in those conversations regarding the reductions that we made in the district, but you can see that it's difficult to pinpoint one exact thing that we cut because we cut things across the board. So the page 6 and 7 are the object and function codes, that the way that we're spending our money across the general fund, and again, that it does include our expenditures dropping from $46.7 million to $39.1 million. Page 8 moves on to the food service fund, and we have a balanced.
I just want to point out there is a typo. There is an error on page 5. It says 2025-26 amended budget, and that says 2025-26 final budget. Shouldn't that be the 2026-2027 final
So
budget?
the blue numbers are bouncing the final amended budget against the 26-27 projected budget, which is to the right.
No, I'm talking about page 5, your pie chart page.
Oh, page 5, my pie chart. Oh, yes. In that box, it
Yes.
should say 26-27 projected. Yes, thank you for catching that. We'll fix that for the next presentation.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries. Okay, so again, the food service fund, we have a balanced budget. We're anticipating the revenues and expenditures to match, and our fund equity should be $293,594. Again, the student activity fund, we're still estimating $500,000 in 26-27 to be transferred from our student activity fund from our trust and agency to our student activity fund. Our debt fund, one of our debt mills expired. All of you are property owners inside of the city of Dearborn Heights. You will notice your summer tax bill will be reduced because one of our debt mills dropped off, and we just declined to renew that. So if you look at page 10, our grant revenue our property tax revenue is $791,000. It is dropping down to $441,000 because our debt mills have dropped off. So again, the debt that we levy matches the debt that we owe as a district, and so you see a pretty balanced budget there in the debt fund. Page 11 is the sinking fund. We're estimating, and again, I do not believe conversations have begun for the 26-27 planning for the sinking fund. I'm estimating, just to put a number out there so that we have an appropriation of $1 million that is going to be spent in the sinking fund. And then page 12 is the capital projects fund, and again, we're not planning on drawing any transfers from the capital projects fund in 26-27 to the general fund, so we're going to earn about $28,000 worth of interest on that money. And then the rest of the budget book is the explanations of what these functions are, as well as the resolutions for the projected budget. Would you like me to move into number 3, or are there any questions?
You guys have any questions? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, next we're moving on to Exhibit 3. This is the L4029. This is how we levy our taxes on our property tax owners, and we levy 18 mills of non-homestead. In November of '24, we asked our voters for a little bit of an increase because of our Headley hedge. It was 2 mills, because we have to roll our mills back if our property values expand beyond the rate of inflation. So we have these extra 2 mills set aside just in case we go below 18. In the last 2 years, we have chewed through almost 1.3 of those mills. So we only have a little cushion left of .7994. This debt expires in 2034. I do not think that this is going to hold you until 2034. So I just want to put a pin in this because I think that maybe next year or the year after, you might want to consider renewing your non-homestead mills again. And let me tell you what is happening out there in school finance world. I'm currently working with a district who's in the same position. Their non-homestead mills have actually eroded below 17 mills. They're losing about $225,000 of property taxes every year because the way that schools are funded, this is part of our $10,300 a student. The first money in the bucket is the property taxes. So whatever our property tax owners give us, our property owners give us, the state thinks it's 18 mills. They don't care if you're not levying something less than that. So that's the first money, and then they top the bucket off to $10,300 a pupil. So like I say, they don't care if you're not levying 18 mills, you're just out that money. So this district that I'm working with, we're actually going to the voters in November and asking for a 12 mil hedge on 18 mills. So we're going to the voters for 30 mills, and it's supposed to last them for 10 years. So never every 3 or 4 years, we have to check this number and then incur legal costs and, all of the stuff going to the voters and all the things that happen when you have to renew your non-homestead millage. It's one and done, and 12 mills should hold them for 10 years. So that is something the district may want to consider because having a hefty Headley hedge is starting to become a thing. You levy 3 mills of sinking fund. That debt or that millage also has a Headley hedge component attached to it, and you have 1.533 mills as a cushion, and that expires in 2035. That probably will hold you for your 3 mills throughout that whole time frame, provided that the property values don't continue to expand beyond the rate of inflation there. And your debt mills have dropped to 2.7 mills, and you saw that reflected in the debt fund resolution. So again, the taxpayers will not be paying as much millage for the debt in the district. And that concludes my presentation.
Okay, anyone else have any questions? Good, all right, thank you, Dr. Kissinger. All right.
Okay, we got to do the building and site.
Yep. Derek, you want to discuss the building and site?
Yeah. So I realized when I grabbed everything, I grabbed my finance notes, not building and site. But I could just mention with the building and site, what we talked about was that, so I don't have dates or anything, so I apologize. What was talked to building and site, though, was with regards to the overall plan with the filters, with regards to what was going to be covered under the grant, and then what was potentially going to be covered from outside repair. The thing that building and site wanted to see is as much possible was done in-house to avoid expenditures, basically. And then it was brought back that, and this was just recently brought back, that Pat was able to find that she was able to bring that price down by almost half on the external contractor versus in-house. And that was mainly more for things that they felt the in-house would not be able to repair to what they felt would be the correct way. So that was the reason why that is. So those were the two things that are being brought on the agenda, was regarding the grant and the external contractor for repairs. And there was questions arose about, and this wasn't actually at the meeting, but it was brought up after, so I'm just going to bring it up now because it's probably going to be a question. The question was because we're not going to be using the maximum of the grant, but we did inquire and we can't, there's nothing else we can pull out of the grant. So that makes, so we're only allowed to take what we can take. So that's the part on that. So, and I apologize, I don't have the notes. I got finance. That rain, that hail.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, up next, item number 8. Superintendent's recommendation, certified staff resignation, exhibit number 4 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the following certified staff resignations. Michael, is it Feibig? F-I-E-B-I-G, apologize. Teacher, Annapolis High School, effective August 31st, 2026. Dr. Maria Kissinger, interim business manager, effective May 31st, 2026. Sheila Green, resource teacher, Polk, effective August 28th, 2026. Deborah Lashway?
Yep.
Speech language pathologist, effective August 31st, 2026. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Beltowski.
Support.
Supported by trustee Winless. Questions, comments?
May I ask what Mr. Feibig taught at Annapolis High School? What subject? Science. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item B.
Edleo.
Edleo, am I saying that right? Website Content Management System, Exhibit number 5. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the annual subscription fee, which maintains our current service level and ensures uninterrupted operation of our district-wide website system. The total cost of $6,400 will be derived from the general fund. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Beltowski.
Support.
Supported by trustee Winless. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item C, instructional days and clock hours. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves 180 days, 1,098 clock hours as the minimum time for pupil instruction for the 2026-2027 school year. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wall,
Support.
supported by, was it Beltowski?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item D, Food Service Management Company, Exhibit number 6. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education moves to renew the contract with Compass Group USA Chartwell's Division to provide services for the 2027 school year, beginning July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. This is year 3 of a 4-year proposal and includes a 3% increase in management fees. Monies will be derived from the food service account. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wall,
Support.
supported by trustee Stefanovic. Questions, comments? Yes, sir.
So just wanted to see, so I know this is third year of 4, so then there'll be one more year. If we were ever wanting to look for reviews before the bids and all that, when would we start that, suggested-wise?
Yep, so this process will start to rebid, will be, not this upcoming year, so the last year of the contract, that December typically is when school districts put the bids out on the street. Yep, and it's quite a process. The state's involved, the federal government's involved, and it's very specific, if you guys recall, and then all the way to the point where you bring people in and you do group interviews. There's quite a process. So we'll go through that. Probably late fall, early winter of the last year of the contract.
Okay, so this is 26, 27's third, 27, 28, so fall time of, December time of 27 then? Okay.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item E, Cooperative Education Program Agreement, Exhibit number 7. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the Cooperative Education Program Agreement between the Wayne Westland Community Schools and Dearborn Heights Number 7 School District, as required by the state and according to the present accounting procedures and practices as presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Winless,
Support.
supported by trustee Wall. Questions, comments? I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Valtowski, yes. Trustee Dyrov?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries.
Can I just add a quick comment?
ahead.
I didn't jump in fast enough. So
sorry.
currently, right now, we have one student enrolled in their welding program, so just as a FYI. No, that's okay.
Sorry about that. It's not me. Okay. Item F, EnviroClean Contract Extension, Exhibit Number 8 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accepts the proposed contract extension of EnviroClean with Dearborn Heights District Number 7 for the period of July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. The total amount of $728,579.23 will be derived from the general fund as presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wall,
Support.
supported by trustee Winless, or was it Stefanovic? Sorry. Stefanovic. All right. Go ahead. Mark, would you like to say anything?
Just this represents a 30% reduction. I'm sure you guys read that. You caught that in the thing, and a change in the operations. And the reduction in this contract is reflected in the budget that you guys, that was presented, the 26-27 budget this evening.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm looking at these changes. So the desktops will be completed, cleaning will be completed once a week. I understand students use Clorox wipes and wipe their desks off, so I would hope daily. But classroom floors will only be done 3 days a week. Does that mean they're only going to sweep the classroom floors 3 days a week?
That is correct. Yep, under this plan.
Okay.
So we're going to see how that goes.
And the teachers are required to shift all trash cans to the door?
Correct.
And the school offices will only be cleaned once a week?
That is correct.
Question on the deep cleaning schedule. So the deep cleaning of the floors will only be done how often? It doesn't say.
Right, so so we met with EnviroClean last week, and we are still under the current contract from last year.
Okay.
So this contract will start July 1st, right? So we are working to get as many of the buildings cleaned, deep clean, as they're talking about the floors, stripping and waxing, as possible through July 1st. Now, we won't be able to get into Polk, because that's where Summer Discovery is, right?
Okay.
So the other buildings will go through deep clean, and then once the new contract starts up, then they will, instead of the stripping, they will clean them, buff them, and then re-wax them. So that's what they're doing, so.
And,
We were looking, Mary Beth, we were looking to try to save as much money as we could.
okay, I
With this
understand that. Are we responsible as a district, I believe when I'm looking at the line items in our check things, that we are paying for the cleaning supplies for EnviroClean?
The cleaning supplies are part of the, where's my person right here? So some of the stuff we do provide, but some of the stuff they provide as well. So we can get a breakdown of that for you, if you'd like.
I didn't look at this
Yeah.
this week's, to be honest with you, but I have looked in the past, and I mean, it's a hefty amount of money that we're spending on cleaning supplies in each building.
Yep.
I just don't want, as far as the floors being buffed and shined and whatever, okay, I understand that, but like the cleanliness of the school, have you ever been in a kindergarten classroom? They're only going to be swept 3 days a week? That's just, to me, that's not acceptable. That's not an acceptable thing to do. And I think the safety and health and safety of our students should be our priority. And making sure that they are in a clean, healthy environment is important. And so I'm disappointed in this. I'm just going to say it.
Understand. When we met with them, this is the plan that we came up with to reduce expenditures in the contract, and we'll just have to monitor it and see how it's working. They assured me, though, that they'll do their best to keep our buildings clean.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson? Trustee Beltowski, no. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
No.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item G, LaGuardia Security Services Contract Extension, Exhibit Number 9. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accept the proposed contract extension for LaGuardia Security Systems with Dearborn Heights District Number 7 for the 2026-27 school year as presented. The total amount of gosh darn it, what's wrong? Total amount of $78,192 will be derived from the general fund. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Winless. Supported by Trustee Anderson. Questions, comments? Would you like to speak on this, or are you good?
No, good.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question. So, I'm sorry, let me get to it. So this is Lagarda Security, whom we've talked about before, correct? That we weren't really happy with? I'm looking, is this the company that we were talking about that we weren't really happy with their services?
So I can address that with LaGuardia. Every time there have been issues, and there have been issues, no question about it, we've worked with the company to address those issues. This contract represents 2 security guards, and we feel very confident that those individuals that are part of this are going to step up and do the job. They are already stepping up and doing the job. They're by far the best security guards that we've had, and we've been assured that they'll be placed back in our district.
Can I make a comment to that? We don't want to lose these 2 security guards, is the big
Okay.
part of it. That's the main thing. Okay. All right, anyone else? Roll call, please.
Trustee Beltowski, no. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
No.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item H, Business Manager Contract, Exhibit Number 10. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the contract of Ronald Demuth, did I say it right?
Correct.
Business Manager, Dearborn Heights School District Number 7, in accordance with the terms and conditions of the contract presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by, it was an echo, Trustee Wall.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Winless. Figured that, okay. Any questions or comments? Go ahead.
Yep, so we're very pleased to welcome Ron to D7. Ron's right over here, so people can get a name with a face. He comes to us with 20 years of financial experience, including physical leadership, financial planning, and operational management, specific areas that he's dealt intensely with are payroll and accounting, expense administration, journal entries, accruals, reconciliations, purchasing, accounts payable, and accounts receivable. He's also done a little auditing in his spare time. Throw that out there. He has a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration. He's very tech savvy. He has a lot of experience with different software, financial software plans, and software programs, not plans, excuse me, and using those plans, implementing them to more effectively run finance. Comes highly recommended from his all the background checks that we did. I believe he'll be a great addition to the D7 team, and when you get to meet him, you're going to find out he's very personable and so very approachable. So that's one of the things that really stuck out in the interview process, and we're excited to bring him aboard.
Welcome. Mr. Wall? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We have a motion. Oh, we forgot, we didn't do the...
Oh, I thought you
Oh, no, we did do a motion. Any questions? Go ahead, he had a question. Sorry, Derek.
So I just wanted to, just transparency, is the plan for full-time in the office, and would he be at board meetings?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Roll call, please. Or anyone else? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Welcome. Welcome. I got ahead of myself there before we did the roll call, sorry. Item I, Leadership Camp Field Trip, Exhibit number 11. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves a Leadership Camp overnight field trip to Oakland University, August 3rd through 5th, 2026, for the AHS theater students as presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski, supported by Trustee Winless. Questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item number J, reduction in workforce. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the termination of one full-time maintenance department position. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Wall, supported by Trustee Anderson. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Nope.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item K, adjustment to the Assistant Superintendent's compensation, Exhibit number 13. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves a salary and wage freeze for the Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Scott Armstrong, for the 2026-2027 school year as presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Beltowski, supported by Trustee Winless. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item L, adjustment to the superintendent's compensation, Exhibit number 14. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves a salary and wage freeze for the superintendent for the superintendent, Mr. Mark Kleinhans, for the 2026-2027 school year as presented. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Winless.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Beltowski. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item M, progressive plumbing proposal, Exhibit number 15. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the progressive plumbing proposal for parts for the Filter First program for our district as presented. The total cost is $51,254. Monies derived from the Filter First grant from the state of Michigan. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski, supported by Trustee Winless. Questions, comments?
I just have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
These will all be installed and we will be in compliance by the deadline?
Correct.
Thank you.
So I had a question, and this, and I appreciate you answering me. This is the question, right? This is for the filtration system?
Filter First,
So,
yep.
so we are going to have some drinking fountains as well, regular drinking fountains, or it's going to be a combination of bottle and drinking, correct?
Bubble.
Both?
Bubblers.
Like those? Like that, like we have there, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
yep. they're-
All right. All right, anything else? I heard that some are going to come out of the classrooms, is that correct? That there's some in the classroom that are going to be coming out? or-
Correct, yep, we're going to be capping off the bubblers, the little bubblers in some of the elementaries. Not all the elementary classrooms have them, but we'll be capping those off.
Are we going to put a new one in, or not at all?
Nope, those will be capped off and be replaced by those to meet the standard with the filtration and the number of students per drinking fountain.
So like the little ones that have it in there now, they're going to have to run outside to get it?
Yep, that is correct.
Okay, okay. All right. Anyone else? Questions? Okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Item N, is it two-car mechanical proposal, Exhibit 16. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the proposal from Two-Car Mechanical for installation of the Filter First sink and bottle filing system as presented.
Filling station.
Filling station. Oh my- I need to go home today. What is wrong? Good grief. Filling station as presented. The total cost is $31,000. Monies derived from the building and site funds. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski, supported by Trustee Winless. Questions, comments? Yes, sir.
Yep, so I just want to be real clear. So the the supplies come from the grant, non-general fund, right? The Filter First grant, and the installation comes from building and site. Again, no general fund dollars.
Excellent. Anyone else, questions? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Dyroff.
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic.
Yes.
Trustee Wall.
Yes.
Trustee Winless.
Yes.
Trustee Anderson. Yes. Trustee Valtowski, yes. Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. All right, unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? No? Okay. New business. Do I have anybody with new business? All right. District Points of Pride, Mr. Kleinhans.
Very good, thank you. So from a district perspective, just a special thank you goes out to all of those that have been involved and will be involved, because we still have a couple more events for the end of the year celebrations, including all the assemblies, the field days, the class events, and especially our, what I consider a wonderful graduation ceremony that was held last week. Just all of the events have been out and about. It's just wonderful. I know they're getting ready tomorrow for, Elise was running a little bit behind because she was setting up for the 5th grade event for tomorrow. So just all of the work that goes into these events are wonderful. And the graduation was awesome. The speeches, Tanya, your speech and delivery was fantastic. You really did a good job. I know you were concerned and worried, but you did great. But it was just a very wonderful event. Update on Summer Discovery. We're excited to kick off our first year of Summer Discovery program. We have over 300 students enrolled. I was the guy that said we'd be lucky to get 100. Just kidding. The program will be at Polk Elementary and includes breakfast and lunch for students. The structure will be academics in the morning with math and reading using Lit Lab for our little ones, and then problem-based learning curriculum. And then exploratory and the fun activities are in the afternoon. The program will include field trips. I think one scheduled for the Tigers, for a Tiger baseball game. Wonder if I can get tickets for that. And the program, I would, but I'd have to ride a bus. I don't know if I can do that. I'm getting pretty old. The program also includes, so they're spread out through the 6-week schedule. We're going to utilize our pool and do some swimming with the little ones as well. So it really should be a wonderful program. The staff will participate in 2 days of professional development starting next week, June 15th. And then the students, the first day is on June 22nd. So really excited to see how this whole thing goes. Enrollment update, again, thank you to everyone who participated in the enrollment fair, as well as doing the videos and getting all the information out. Right now, we're north of 130 applications, well ahead of where we were last year in terms of school of choice applications. So it was that information that I used and where we're at today and processing these when I kind of working through this budget. So I'm very pleased that where we're at now, not necessarily all of those students will attend. We still go back and do background checks, and we do a lot of work before we get the kids enrolled. And the other piece of it is those folks, and we're calling them daily. We can ask Carol, she's sitting over here, especially for the kindergartens. So if they start the enrollment process, they could have started at the enrollment fair, and if they're missing some documents, we're continually calling from our office out to say, hey, what do you need help with? What does it take? What do we got to do to complete this enrollment? So we're working really hard to get those enrollments finalized, get the students placed so that we're good to go. As you know, our budget is so contingent on not only state aid but student count. So that's kind of from a district perspective. We did have a tornado drill at the end of the school day, the other day. We did hold the students for an extra 10 minutes at the middle school and the high school until the tornado drill had lapsed. So we did have some folks that wanted to grab their students, but we told them just sit tight. We sent emails out to all of our families before or right when it happened, during, so we got information out, and then afterwards just letting them know. So we did hold the students a little bit longer just to be safe for everyone. We certainly didn't want to, we were watching the radar, so we knew the storms would pass, but the tornado warning had not expired, so we did hold the students. So I just want everybody to know that. At Madison, they're finishing up this week. Today, they had their preschool graduation. You'll see pictures in your Friday report. That's always a wonderful event. And they also had a wonderful picnic for their students. At Bedford, end-of-the-year kindergarten celebration and fifth grade clap-out are scheduled for tomorrow. The Bedford Bears are excited. The Garden Club installed 3 raised garden beds last week. If you buzz over to Bedford and you look in the area that has the outdoor classroom with the picnic tables, you'll see the raised flower beds, and they're going to incorporate that into growing crops in the fall and have the classes take turns taking care of that. So kind of it's in that outdoor classroom area. You can see them. They look very nice. They're very nice, yep. Field day was today. They had to, because of the heat issue, they had to reduce the time that they had students out just to be safe, but I've got pictures as well, so I was unable to attend, but they sent me pictures. Looked like the kids were having a wonderful time. And Marcy wanted to thank Mr. Schmiegel for setting that up. At Polk students enjoyed amazing field day on the 5th. Kids had a blast. Many thanks to Mrs. Frendo, Mr. Bertizio, and Mr. Allen for coordinating the event. They appreciate all the parent support and volunteers. The 5th graders will be celebrating their last day of school as well. They're proud of all they've learned and accomplished, and they wish the Polk folks wish the 5th graders the very best in the future. At Pardee, the Pardee PTO hosted a Donuts with Grown-Ups. Why I missed this, I have no idea, because I love donuts. No, I'm just kidding. So Elise was heavily involved in that. Have pictures coming as well, that event. Students, staff, parents, and other family members came together for a treat to spend some time outside. Pardee will be having their 5th grade promotion ceremony as well, and celebrating the 5th grade's work that they've done and sending them off to the middle school. We're proud of them and wish them the very best of luck as they move forward.
Mr. Kleinhans, excuse me, can I just say something about the pictures that will be forthcoming? So I attended the event for my granddaughter Charlotte, and there were 2 youngsters walking around with cameras. And I have to say, I saw the pictures posted on social media. We have some future photographers on our hands. They are excellent pictures. I was very impressed. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
I don't know who they were, but they're 2 littles walking around with 35mm digital cameras, just snapping away.
Very nice, yes. Pardee students and staff enjoyed amazing field day. Many thanks to the PTO president, Elise Stevanovic. So Elise, good job, and her many parent student volunteers, as well as Miss Kim Fernandez for organizing such an awesome event at school. OW Best, a beautiful 8th grade formal. Thank you to Trista Jacobs for the work that she did in that and the whole parent group. I was in here that evening. It didn't look like a cafeteria. They really spit this place up. Put so much time and effort into it, the dance, and it paid attention to many of the details. The band concert was nothing short of phenomenal. It was very creative and whimsical. It was held last week, Tuesday, and then today they had some PBS activities scheduled. They had students out, and so just a lot of unique things going on. At the high school, again, graduation, I already spoke to that. From Mr. Millette, teamwork from everyone created a great night for the whole school community. Prom was great. The War Memorial in Grosse Farms was a perfect setting. The kids and staff looked great. Thank you to Dr. Prince and Mr. Saad for a great night. In the athletics area, the first annual athletic award show was held this past Monday. It went great. Lots of support from the community. It was fun watching the individual athletes earn much-deserved awards. For spring sports, all conference, we had 3 baseball players, 3 softball, 4 track, 1 golf, 1 soccer, and we had 3 athletes earn all-state in track and field. Jeanette Riggins in shot put, and I mess up these names, I apologize, Tyrone Thomas in high jump, and Isaiah Mooney in long jump. So congratulations to those individuals as spring sports wraps up, and I think they've already started some practices for the fall. So I saw some kids out, I'm like, it's a little early, but that's what they do. In our EL program, our ESL adult ed classes have been a success. So part of the Section 41 grant was built into the grant, approved by the state of Michigan, and you have to offer some community programming, is Nearmont has set up these adult ESL classes. The program in District 7 provides our multilingual families with valuable opportunities to strengthen their English language skills, increase their confidence, and become more active participants in their children's education. So that's the key part. Parents are deeply appreciative of this opportunity because it helps them communicate effectively, support their children's academic success, and access to community resources, and pursue personal and professional goals. The program not only benefits the individual families, but also strengthens our partnership between home, school, and the broader community. So I've done a good job with that program as well. Okay? And Scott, special ed?
So I'd like to put out a big congratulations to HR Administrative Assistant Holly Nichols at the board office. She completed her Michigan School Business Officials Human Resource Specialist Certification Program. It took her, about 18 months to do it. A lot of classwork, and she worked hard to do that, and that helps her do her job even more effectively than she already does. She's a great asset to the district. And then with graduation the other night, I just want to acknowledge two of the Annapolis Resource Room teachers, Daniel McElhaney and Olga Smith. They're exceptional educators, very compassionate, and it was so remarkable to see the kindness and support that they gave two of our graduates with special needs cross the stage safely because they were both very sensitive to loud sound. They held their hand, they walked them slowly across, and it's just a great thing to see. So thank you to Olga, thank you to Daniel, and thank you to the entire special ed team for always going above and beyond to support our students with the most significant needs.
Thank you. And so I just want to wish our staff, students, and families a safe and restful summer. I'm very proud of the good things that we're doing here at D7 and want to thank all those that support our school district. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next up, other business. Do we have any other business? Trustee Beltowski.
Yes, I'd like to just congratulate all of the graduates that graduated. It was a wonderful ceremony. However, I have to say I am deeply disappointed in the lack of support from staff. There was a handful of elementary school teachers there. I understand there was also an event to I believe it was middle school Cedar Point trip. So I do know that event was scheduled. I would ask that we refrain from scheduling events on graduation night from other schools. I was disappointed in the lack of high school teachers that were there. I know our district is not in the best shape right now and that we've had to make very hard cuts. I just want to speak and say, if you have an issue with the board and you have an issue with the cuts that are being made in the district, take it out on us, take it out on the superintendent, but for God's sakes, do not take it out on the students. They deserve support. In the 4 years that I've attended the graduation ceremony, this was the least amount of staff that I have seen at the graduation, and it was just highly disappointing. I know people have personal lives and things like that, but these kids work so hard, and you as teachers worked so hard to get them there, and then to not show up for them was just, I have to say, I'm highly disappointed, highly disappointed. Graduation is on the calendar at the beginning of the year. I think everybody should put it on their calendar and make every effort to get there for those students that work so hard. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. All right. Do we have any committee updates at this time? It says none. Go ahead.
Finance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We did building
It does
a
say
site
update.
earlier.
It does say update. Go ahead.
It does say
It does. It does.
Okay, so we met, Finance Committee met on June 3rd, 6:30 PM, Board Office. President was myself, Trustee Sterlini, Superintendent Kleinhans, and Business Manager Dr. Gissinger, absent Trustee Dyroff. The main focus of that was just pretty much getting ready for this presentation, which is the 25-26 budget and 26-27. The big thing that was discussed was with regards to the $1 million from the capital outlay, so that way we would not have a fund balance that is highly triggering the state to want to look into our finances. I mean, they still will. I meant just not in a dictatorship. The other thing that we also talked about was a state aid note. That has to go in by, I think, July 1st. So that was one thing that we also discussed at that meeting. There was no community comments. The really important thing that I really would say, on the next meeting, right now tentatively planned, is 2 weeks after our student fall final count. So that way, the committee can bring up to the whole board, how is our student count? So that's the goal, to avoid missing that. And then we adjourned at 8:10 PM.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you. Let's see, no other updates yet. Others? Go ahead. She has a question.
Is 2 weeks enough time to have the count?
Oh, yeah, so that, we went back and forth on that.
okay.
So we have the final count.
Okay.
And after the final count, whatever date that is, then there is a duration of absentee students, Mr. Klein's report. So that's why we figured approximately 2 weeks after that, we should have the numbers by then.
Okay,
So I can just, if a student's absent on count day, they have a 10-day window that they show up that we can count them.
okay, all right. No building and site scheduled, no finance scheduled, and no policy scheduled as of this date. Okay? Next up, public comment number 2. Do we have any public comments? Feel free to step on up, state your name and affiliation.
I did 2 different days at the senior center with the 5th graders, and they came to ask us questions, what it was like in our time, what were our favorites, you know. But it was really good, because we had good groups of kids, and one of the groups that I had, they have been here since preschool. And so this one group through a 5th grade, so it was fun. It was just a great day, and it was a heartwarming experience. So, and Miss Elise was there too. So, thanks.
Nice, thank you. Anyone else? No? Okay. On to kudos. Who's got kudos? Skyra?
Sure. To Heather Welch from Danielle Osborne, dated May 27th. Thank you for your dedication, guidance, and support as our district reading coach. Your patience, knowledge, and encouragement help both students and us as staff grow each day. The positive impact you make through your hard work and commitment to literacy does not go unnoticed. I truly appreciate all that you do to inspire and help make our reading instruction better. To District 7 from Jennifer Finan, dated May 12th. Thank you to everyone who came out and supported the theater productions at Annapolis High School. Every year, the kids put on these shows, and it brings them so much joy to see the faces of their teachers in the audience. It means so much to them and to everyone who works on the shows. Ms. Sonberger and Ms. Finan are forever thankful for your support. Come see the Annapolis kids in their shows next year. The show does go on.
To Tracy Sharkey from Danielle Osborne, thank you for inspiring curiosity, creativity, and problem solving in our students each day. Your passion for STEM and hands-on learning creates exciting opportunities for students to explore, discover, and grow. We appreciate the time, energy, and innovation you bring to our school community. Thank you for encouraging students to think big, ask questions, and believe in their abilities. To Holly Nichols from Jennifer Finan, thank you for all your help with the front of house and fan mail for the kids in the show. It takes many hands to make light work, and you help make the play a great experience for the kids. Thank you so much to you and Taylor Joe, a corpse. Yet again, you are appreciated.
To Brian Sturgeon from Daniel Osborne and Samantha Rose, dated May 27th. Thank you for always helping in our classroom when we need it. A big thank you for setting up the chairs and hanging the banner each month for the Student of the Month assemblies. Your hard work, positive attitude, and dedication do not go unnoticed. We truly appreciate the way you always step up and support Polk. Thank you for everything you do each day to help keep things running smoothly. To Allison Lefebvre from the Polk family, dated May 15th. Mrs. Lefebvre wrote a grant, and Polk Elementary School was one of 220 schools from 38 states across the country to receive the $5,000 grant through the Laura Bush Foundation for America's Libraries. The funds will allow us to update, diversify, and expand our library for all of our students. Thank you for always going above and beyond for our students. To Elizabeth Ortwine from Danielle Osborne, dated May 27th. Thank you for sharing your creativity, talent, and passion with our students each day. The joy and confidence you bring out in students through art is truly special. Your hard work, patience, and ability to inspire creativity make such a positive impact on our school community. We appreciate all that you do and the colorful, welcoming environment you help create for everyone.
Okay, this one.
To Amanda Staker from Jennifer Finan, dated 5/12/2026, for always being supportive and working your tail off for the teachers, the students, and the district. You do an incredible amount of work for this district that people think has always been done. That's the magic. You're the best, and we are blessed and lucky to have you. Hashtag squad, hashtag ride or die. To Allison what did you say her last name?
Lefevre.
Lefevre? Okay. From Danielle Osborne, dated May 27, 2026. Thank you for all that you do as our media specialist. Your dedication to creating a welcoming, safe space for learning, reading, and exploration makes such a positive impact on students and staff. We appreciate the creativity, organization, and kindness you bring each day. Thank you for encouraging the love of books, technology, and learning throughout our school community.
To Brad Allen from Danielle Osborne, May 27, 2026. Thank you for all the energy, encouragement, and positivity you bring to our students each day during PE. Your dedication to keep students active, engaged, and confident makes such a difference in our school community. We appreciate the patience, teamwork, enthusiasm you bring to every class. Thank you for helping our students learn the importance of healthy habits, sportsmanship, and having fun. To Carrie Brandreth from Jennifer Finan, May 12, 2026. Thank you for cleaning up our messes and making sure this place is ready for company. You helped with the auditorium, and that stinky rug was immeasurable. I know we can always count on you to make this place lovely. You are the best, and we appreciate you.
I got to Val Christofferson from Daniel Osborne, dated May 27, 2026. Thank you for your dedication, guidance, and support as our district math coach. Your patience, knowledge, and encouragement help both students and us as staff grow each day. The positive impact you make through your hard work and commitment to math does not go unnoticed. I truly appreciate all that you do to inspire and help make our math instruction better. And I cannot begin to express my thanks for all of the hard work and guidance during our math curriculum pilot. To Daniela Wright from Danielle Osborne, dated May 27th, 2026. Thank you for bringing music, energy, and joy into our school each day. Your passion and dedication help students build confidence, creativity, and the love of music that will stay with them for years to come. We appreciate all the time, patience, and heart you bring into your classroom. Thank you for making such a positive impact on our school community.
All right. To Megan Sears from Jennifer Finan, dated May 12, 2026. For supporting and helping with the school's play, This Murder Was Staged. Your assistance behind the curtain and in front of the house meant everything. Thank you for helping take the load. You are the best. To Joma?
Yep.
From Jennifer Finan, dated March 12, 2026. Thank you for all you do in the in your classroom to help improve student learning and attendance. The personal attention you put into your room and reward system is amazing, and your attention to teaching is great. I wonder when you sleep. You're lucky to have you. And I just want to say a couple kudos. The graduation, to everyone that helped with the graduation, from Mr. Kleinhans to Mr. Millette, to Mr. Knierim, and the special ed staff that showed up, the staff that was there, everyone, you guys were amazing. And there was a lot of last-minute things that you guys had to do, and I appreciate it. And I do appreciate those that showed up and show up every year. But it was wonderful. And each year, we've got a newer team doing graduation, right? So each year it's improved, and it was great. Also to Mr. Buchanan, the awards banquet, that was great. I loved how he did the videos. He had videos for each coach, and then he'd stop the video and he'd pop the name up, and I thought it was great. I hope that expands and, we move forward with that. I thought it was great. So I just want to say kudos to that.
I would like to second that, and I just want you to know, as I was telling Trustee Anderson, those videos, those people did not know who was being announced.
Oh, nice.
They were given a script to read, and that was it.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. So, all right. Anyone? Okay. Closed session pursuant to review of legal opinion. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education goes into closed session at, we'll call it, you guys want a few minutes? Say, you want to do like 8:30? Does that sound good? 8:25-ish? Okay. At 8:25 for a review of legal opinion, attorney-client privilege. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Winless,
Support.
Supported by Trustee Beltowski. Questions, comments? I just want to make a comment. So we are going to go into closed session. Superintendent and Mr. Armstrong are going to leave. We're going to come back and just, wrap it up. So I just don't want you guys to feel like you have to sit around, because we're just going to come in and leave for the day, okay? So, all right, may I, roll call, please.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
No.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. All right. See you guys in the room back there.